Go.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm here with Chris Hake, who is the Madison host of the Wisco REIA. He's going to be coming in to speak on April 11th at the Brat Stop on self-storage. Some of you guys probably remember him from last year when he was in to give a more general talk, but this time around he's going to go into a little more detail, give us a case study on a specific deal that he did recently, and hopefully give you guys a lot of tools that you might need to get started. So Chris, can you give us kind of a brief intro as to why people should come and what they can expect to learn?
Yeah, Dan, thanks, man. I appreciate the intro. And yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back. As folks may remember, I actually was there, I think it was like September last year, about 6 months ago, and did a talk on self-storage, just a real high level, kind of nuts and bolts, 10,000 foot view. And what came of that, as well as me doing that same presentation to three or four other locations the next couple months back in 2023, got a lot of questions, Dan, a lot of questions around the numbers. People wanted a little more of the meat. And so what I've done is I've been invited to come back to a couple of the RIAs, yours being one of them, and talking a little bit more detail about a single deal. And so I'm going to be talking to people about the very first deal that I did and kind of the life cycle of it. And I think what's really cool about it is I'm going to show people why it's possible for them. And what I did was nothing special. I just went out and did it and got that first deal. And that got my business kind of rolling with self-storage. And I'm going to talk about how I found it and the kind of the numbers around that, the financing that we did between a bank and a private lender. And then ultimately we paid the private lender off and I brought in an equity partner and kind of what that looked like. And ultimately took some of the available land and built a whole bunch of storage units. And we've been in the process of filling those up. And as of this video right now, and actually by the time I come to speak, we'll be about 2 weeks away from selling this property and doing a 1031 exchange. So we're going to come full circle. And I know people ask me all the time, well, why are you selling? Well, show up and I'll talk to you why and why it makes sense and what our strategy was to do that. And it's a pretty good story. I think people will be able to relate to it no matter where they're at, because these opportunities, they're out there. And it's kind of cool because there's no boundaries, right? You can go out further. We have stuff in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan, and I'll talk to people about how we've been able to do that so they can learn how they can do it themselves. So if you guys are interested in self-storage and you want to hear some of the nuts and bolts of it, the numbers and how I did it to show you that you can do it as well, show up on April 11th. And I look forward to coming down to Kenosha and sharing with you guys. And I'll stay there as long as you have questions. So look forward to it, Dan.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Hey, one follow-up question.
Yeah.
For guys like myself, flippers, landlords, stuff like that, why should we be interested in self-storage?
Oh man, that's such a great question because I came from exactly what you're talking about. I was flipping, wholesaling, and I mean, as great as wholesaling is and flipping, it's a job. I mean, if I stop doing it, the paychecks stop coming in. And not that they're not good paychecks, but I don't have any rhythm, right? I'm up and down, up and down, up and down. And self-storage, it's a rental property, and people say, well, I'll just go get a duplex or a 4 unit. I've bought those. I've owned apartment complexes, and I'll definitely share with you why I prefer and why I believe self storage is superior to rental properties in general. And I'll talk about all those reasons. So, for guys like you, for anyone who's already in the business, you already have a leg up because you are in it, right? You know what you're doing in maybe the flipping or wholesaling. I'll teach you and show you how you can take it to another level and why you should consider that.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, looking forward to it. So again, that's April 11th at the Brat Stop in Kenosha off of 94. Meeting starts at 6:30 and goes till whenever we feel like leaving. So hope to see you guys all there. And Chris, I really look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Absolutely, Dan. You guys have a great one, and we'll see you next week.
All right.